sun is rising, here we are. I didn't think we'd come this far. I just feel it. This is truly where I belong. Making my way down Ocean Drive. Hungover people pass me by. I know they feel it. Yeah, they feel the way that I do right now. Lost in Miami and we were too drunk, but it was only you and I. Only you and I. Can we go back to the times we were reckless and free? Just you and me. So take me back to South Beach. We were young and stupid, and that was all that we had. Take me back to then. Under the palm tree, it was only you and me. Getting drunk on Hennessy. Take me back to then. To those hot Miami nights. Broken bottles on the floor. We were still drunk from the night before. We didn't care if there was snow tomorrow. Under the Florida sunset we danced, and it was only you and I. Only you and I. So take me back to South Beach. We were young and stupid, and that was all that we had. Take me back to then. Under the palm tree, it was only you and me. Getting drunk on Hennessy. Take me back to then. To those hot Miami nights.
So, hi, and tonight I'm at the Teamsports newest track in Preston. I've been on track now. I've done 3 sessions now, getting about 67 second lap times. I'm just going to give you a quick tour of the place. We've got plenty of changing rooms here. I'll just take you into one of them so you can see it. So obviously we're in the male changing room at the moment. Plenty of lockers. Lockers have these coded combinations, so you just tap your own code in, spin your hand around, locks it, then when you want to get back in it, you just put code in it. No money needed or anything like that, so that's quite good. I'm just taking you through now to the corridor. So this is a multi-level track. It's got 3 levels to it. It's quite interesting in the fact that obviously it's a brand new track, so it's quite interesting the fact that it's actually got multi-levels. Many tracks don't really have multi-levels. It's interesting to say the least at the moment because obviously it's a brand new track and it's quite slippery. There's a concrete ground floor to it and the other 2 floors are wooden lined. The wooden lined ones, there's no problem with grip. The concrete one downstairs at the moment is a little bit slippy. So we're just currently going through to the ground floor. So this is the ground floor of the track. It's like a polished concrete, you might be able to see it there. Look at you, hand down. So you can see it's a really highly polished concrete. A lot of these corners down here are extra slippy. You come downstairs just over there, come downstairs on that ramp there, and then you make your way around. Then first 2 corners over there are extra slippy, but to be fair, all of them down here are quite slippy. So I'm just going to take you upstairs now, if you can still hear me. So to gain access to the track, you have to go upstairs. There is actually a multi-level track, so they actually split it in half, but tonight, because it's open for a members event, They've actually opened up both sections. So there's two 400 metre tracks here, but tonight, because they've linked it together, it's actually an 800 metre track. I actually think it's got more corners than Warrington. Just making me vlogs. Yeah, obviously the staircase goes upstairs, but that's a no entry for staff only. You've got a really nice bar area down here as well, which is quite good. So you've got the bar area over there. So it's on the way, you're going to go on YouTube later anyway. So you've got the bar area over here, you can get yourself food and bits and pieces. It's not a bad area to chill out and do bits and pieces on as well. There's a little party room thing over here, and then this takes you out to the main Le Mans track waiting area. Might be quite noisy out here. So as you can see, there's loads of members out here at the moment tonight. Quite a lot of lap times going in as well tonight. It's just come off the screen. So there's loads of guys putting in decent lap times, around about 66 seconds at the moment per lap. Obviously as the track becomes more bedded in, they'll improve as well. Just over here in this corner, that's your access to where you go to the parks are. Plenty of helmets there behind you. And then this is like the mid-level now of the actual track. A load of guys are about to go out. That's where the pit lanes are. These guys are just about to go on the track now. As you can see, this is the actual mid-level. This is wooden one. The upstairs deck up there is also wooden as well. And I'll talk you through a lap of it later. What I managed to do a 66-second lap time, so I'll give you a talk through that in a bit. But yeah, no, it's a really good track. All the karts are brand new here. There's a little, this is where race control booth is, which is also on the mid-level floor as well. And yeah, no, it's really good. So if you are looking for go-karting, or particularly if you want to come down to the new Preston track, make sure you head down here. That's it, brand new, and it's definitely well worth the trip. So if you really enjoy go-karting, I would definitely recommend coming down here. Okay, so I've managed to get permission to do a track walk, so I'm just going to quickly walk you through this. What I'm going to be showing you is the international layout, which is what we've been running tonight. This is the combination of both 800 metre sections. The international starts on the mid-level, and that's the pit behind you. The start-finish straight, subject to confirmation, is going to be up this end here. So as you come out of the pits behind me, you come up here, and then this will bring you to the start-finish straight. So coming into it, how can I? Hang on 1 second. Let me get the stabilizer level. So right now, where I'm standing here is probably the start-finish line. Just over there, behind me, you can make them out on the wall there. They'll be the start grid lights. They are planning on maybe running, at the moment they're thinking 16, 18 maybe, or even maybe 20 might even come on this track. Now if you look down here behind me, you'll notice you've got these weird two barriers. Now these weird two barriers actually split, and then what they do is they spin around completely at one different angle. This allows the track to then turn into the two 400 metre tracks. So in essence what happens is the track from downstairs comes up here, loops around here, and then drops back downstairs over there. The other track comes upstairs, runs the upstairs circuit, and then runs this mid-level back around that way, and then back upstairs again. So that's where the split comes. But when it's running the full 800 metre track, these two barriers here go back the way they are, where you can see them now, and then that makes it the full 800. So anyway, coming into the first corner. Obviously if you're doing that as a start-finish straight, but how I'm going to say it now is obviously if you're in a flying lap. So if you come into a flying lap, just take that as any normal corner. You want to make sure you're over to the right-hand side, over to the left-hand side, and then swing it over to the right. Come in nice and tight down to this barrier down here on the floor, and then once you come down nice and tight to that one, it brings you out over to that side. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this video, I'm going to spin the camera around, and you'll see my hand in front of it, because it's a bit hard trying to move forward. As I said, you come into that corner over there, you come down, and you find your way over to the outside edge. You can see where it's all nice and rubbered in at the moment. That's corner, this brings you then into corner 2. Corner 2 swings you around on the inside of this tyre wall here. You want to make sure you're getting nice and tight into the inside of there. And then swing yourself way over to that far side over there, and then drop yourself down to the first level. Underneath that being there. So as you can drop onto this cement here, this cement tonight was ultra slippy, and it's actually bedded in really nicely over the course of the night. There's actually quite a lot of grip here. However, if you're coming off the line, I would definitely say it's still quite slippy. Like I said, just here off the line, slippy. In fact, where it looks like you've got more grip is where it's shiny, and over to the outside where it's dull, that's your loss of line. So I said, you come in tight here, you're going to swing it way out to the side here, and as you swing it out, you want to make sure you're bringing it then back into nice and tight into this corner. Now at this moment in time, because the track is quite greasy, you want to make sure you're taking this line nice and tight, but without hardly any throttle at all, because as you bring it in, you want to make sure don't want to drift out, because these two corners from here to here are quite tight, so you want to bring it in nice and smoothly and then bring yourself round here. You don't need much throttle coming out of this corner at this moment in time. Obviously, as the track beds in, it will completely change. You'll then bring yourself down here. So as I'm still walking here now, you bring yourself over to the right hand side, ready to tuck in nice and tight into this corner. Again, at this moment in time, as the track's open, make sure you're staying on the line, because if you don't stay on the line, you're going to slide out. Now, just standing here looking at the floor, you can see where the rubber lines are. Obviously, slippy over there, nice and grippy here. Bring yourself through a nice S-bend here, ready to come up to the next corner. And again, you can just see where the line is, where the line's nice and tight. You want to bring yourself right over to this side here. A little bit of throttle here just to bring yourself out of the corner, not too much. Bring yourself into the next corner. And as you bring yourself into that next corner, you want to just feather it a little bit. In fact, I would say just as you're exiting that corner, you can then put your foot flat down on the floor all the way to upstairs. So I'm just going to fast forward this little bit for you now. So you're flat out into the inside of this corner. You're still flat out. Nice and tight to this corner here. Back in again to this corner, nice and tight. Over to the outside, and then about here, you just want a little dab of brake, about there. Straight back on the throttle again as you turn in. So as you see, we're actually up on the 3rd level right now, and I've just had to jog up 3 floors, so I'm a bit out of breath. So anyway, as you're continuing, you're about middle of the road here. Well, that's where I was finding my position anyway. So you're about middle of the road. You just want to swing yourself in again, just passing this barrier nicely. Slight lift off, turn, straight back on the power again. For me, this was a bit of a mix, so sometimes you're planting yourself into the middle, or sometimes it was bringing you onto the outside. As you can hear, there's plenty of ventilation here. So you don't have the problem like some kart tracks where you end up getting like lots of petrol fumes and everything else kicking around. Then you'll find yourself coming down this ramp from the 3rd floor. So as you come around that corner, you'll find yourself naturally drifting out, coming down to this bit here. And what I found worked for me, just as I was coming down to this point here, I tuck my nose in, a dab of brake, so it would bring my rear end out like this, and then I turn into the corner. This then scrubbed off a little bit of speed, which then allowed me to tuck my nose in nice and tight to this corner here. You weren't then drifting miles over this side, staying about this line, and then you bring yourself nice and tight into that corner again. And then that brings you then back to the start-finish straight. So, again, this is for the international start-finish, but also as well, this is also the Le Mans start-finish as well. The other track we have, the other start-finish line is over that side there before you drop down. As I said, so you've got the international track, which involves all 3 levels, the one above, this one, and then the one below, and the other 2 are split. This one then splits off up that way. So you start, you turn left. The left turn then brings you over there, takes you up that ramp there. You do then the 3rd floor, and as you come back down the 3rd floor, you drop you back down this ramp to come past the pits there, and then back that way. The downstairs one, you start over there, you drop down, you do all the ground floor complex. The ground floor complex then brings you back up over there, and then you will turn then doing a nice tight turn there. Obviously the thing to remember is if you're not on the international track and you're downstairs, obviously you can't then keep your foot flat down like I was showing you before doing the corkscrew up to the 3rd floor, because otherwise you're going to have a tight hairpin at the top of the ramp to get to. And obviously if you're going flat out at that point, that hairpin will catch you out. So that's pretty much the whole lap here. I hope you've enjoyed it, I hope you've enjoyed seeing it. So it's a brand new track, and if you guys want to come down here, I'd definitely recommend it. Apologies if the audio is a bit bad, it's because there's so many fans running in here at the moment. But yeah, no, it's really good. The lighting's excellent in here. I mean, you can really see dead well. So, really good. All the karts, which you can see behind me, they're all brand new. They're really good as well. They're all biz karts. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, I really appreciate it. I know it's a bit different to my regular subscribers who've seen my channel before, but as I said before in the past, my go-karting is I really enjoy doing, and as it's a brand new kart, as it's a brand new go-kart track, I thought I'd do a little review on it. So yeah, so thanks very much guys, see you later.